Hello everyone, hello, Sasaray here with some more World of Warcraft. We are joined by Piamet.
Hello.
And as you can see, we are on our mains. Wintrig Piamet has decided to bring along Valky, to fit with the motif of all the Valkyries she stopped to capture during our foray in the continent of Northrend, which is, if you look at the map, this one right here, it's in the northern part of things. So far we've done Eastern Kingdoms a little bit of Kalimdor, a little bit of Northrend. Next place we're going to, after we're done Northrend, is going to be Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor. Just the areas we hadn't really done any quests for yet. So it'll be fun. Two of them aren't actually in those zones, so we're actually going to go to new places soon. But yeah, we're almost done with Northrend. It's pretty exciting. I know it took a while, but there's a lot of story in this game, and I want to share it all with you guys. So, joined us, as you can see, as I said, is Valky, but also Jeb. Look at this frog. Anyway, on today's agenda, we're going to be going through Icecrown Citadel. We're going to be paying attention to the RP because it's story-wise, and then once that's done, we're going to pull the first boss because we're not going to let what happened to us last week happen to us this week. We'll both stay close to the boss, that way if he does get one of us, we can break the other out quickly.
He will bone both of us.
Potentially. Alright.
It's Bone Spike Graveyard on Heroic.
Let's go.
Plus it's 25 anyway. Maybe even on 25 normal, we'll both get caught.
Well, hopefully we can kill him quick enough.
Yeah, we just need to immediately...
You can do these things in a little bit, Silly. You can come along. Alright, that's fine. Just let us know.
You can't take Invincible if it drops.
It's true. Alright, so we're gonna walk in. We're gonna talk to Tyrion here.
Only by working together can we succeed.
This is our final stage. What happens here will echo through the ages, regardless of the outcome. They will know that we fought with honor, that we fought for freedom and safety of our people. Remember, hero, fear is your greatest enemy in these befouled halls. Steal your heart and soul will shine brighter than 1,000 suns. The enemy will falter at the sight of you. They will fall as the light of the righteousness envelops them.
The end of the scourge draws
Isn't
near.
that what he says out loud anyway?
At least at the
I'm
start.
pretty sure those are the exact lines he says.
At least at the start.
Yeah.
This is our
There
final
you go.
stand. What happens here will echo through the ages.
Yep.
Regardless of outcome, they will know that we fought with honor, that we fought for the freedom and safety of our people. Remember, heroes, fear is your greatest enemy in these befouled halls. Steal your heart, and your soul will shine brighter than 1,000 suns. The enemy will falter at the sight of you. They will fall as the light of righteousness envelops them. Our march upon Icecrown Citadel begins now.
You now stand upon the hallowed ground of the Scourge. The light won't protect you here, Paladin. Nothing will protect you.
Arthas! I swore that I would see you dead and the Scourge dismantled. I'm going to finish what I started at Light's Hope.
You could have been my greatest champion, Vordring. A force of darkness that would wash over this world and deliver it into a new age of strife. But that honor is no longer yours. Soon, I will have a new champion. The breaking of this one has been taxing. The atrocities I have committed upon his soul. He has resisted for so long, but he will bow down before his king soon. Never! I will never serve you! In the end, you will all serve me. The Paladin still lives? Is it possible, High Lord? Could he have survived?
The power of the light knows no bounds, Sarfang. His soul is under great strain, but he lives. For now.
Then we must save him. If we rescue Bolvar Fordragon, we may quell the unrest between the Alliance and the Horde. Our mission is now clear. The Lich King will answer for his crimes, and we will save High Lord Bolvar Fordragon. Corkram, prepare Orgrin's hammer for its final voyage. Champions, our gunship will find a point to dock on the upper reaches of the Citadel. Meet us there.
Okay. Ryozen, thank you very much for the host. And that's the opening RP. Bolvar Fordragon, if you guys don't remember, we found him outside the Rat Gate.
This is the beginning and the end, mortals. None may enter the Master's sanctum.
And this is the first boss of Icecrown Citadel. This is Lord Merogar. We are just going to jump in and fuck him up.
The scourge will wash over
You
this
gotta turn it from the storm there.
as a swarm.
No, we're not going to wait for boss storm. Fuck that.
No, we're not, because that's what we tried to do last time. But I asked if you had a timer.
Oh, I didn't even look. Maybe? I did install the add-ons, but...
Okay. Good.
That's okay, Sully.
What?
I'm not, he's like, I think I shouldn't, because he quoted something from later in the raid, and he's like, I shouldn't quote lines yet. For people who haven't seen it yet, it's probably better not to, but I wouldn't be too mad.
Have it open.
You have found
kill
your
ads
way
or no?
here
No, we
because you are among the few gifted with true vision in a world cursed with blindness. You can see through the fog that hangs over this world like a shroud and grasp where true power lies.
Is that it?
Oh, I guess we have to engage.
Guess so. Can you go that way? Alright.
Fix your eyes upon your crude hands. The sinew, the soft meat, the dark blood coursing within. It is a weakness, a crippling flaw, a joke played by the creators upon their own creations. The sooner you come to accept your condition as a defect, the sooner you will find yourselves in a position to transcend it.
Alright.
What is this disturbance?
I'll get the ad.
You
get her.
dare trespass upon this hallowed ground!
Oh yeah, I got it. Bar.
This shall be your final resting place! I see I must take matters into my own hands!
So in this fight, the objective was to kill ads, and then between each wave you would attack her until her mana or MP is gone.
All part of the Master's plan!
And then once her MP was gone, the waves would stop spawning,
Inevitable.
and she would. Okay, how would we go? There we go. Anyway, once the waves were done and her MP was gone, she'd engage it herself, and she wasn't too dangerous. She had two moves. She would use Frostbolt and Mind Control. Mind Control was obviously the more dangerous of the two, but for the most part, she wasn't that bad of a boss. Most groups that I went with found her pretty simple. Now, if you usually play Alliance, this next part might be a little annoying for you. You might find yourself walking into something and dying. So when you come up here, don't go to the left if you play Horde. And you normally play Alliance. There's some Alliance people. Because naturally now...
This
Yeah.
a lot as Alliance.
We
and
definitely
only
did.
as Alliance.
Thank the
but I
spirits
this
for
out.
you, brothers and sisters. The Skybreaker has already left. Quickly
Gone
now,
left,
to
and I'm like,
Orgrim's hammer.
what?
If you leave soon, you
Where
may be
is
able to catch
everything?
them. Akamagash, brave warriors.
Is Icecrown all
The
we're doing,
Alliance is
basically?
in
No.
great number here. Captain Sarthang will be pleased to see you aboard Orgrim's
It's not going to
hammer.
take us 3 hours to do
Make
Icecrown.
haste. We will secure the area until you are ready for takeoff.
Or-
Orgrim's hammer infantry.
Look,
Hold
time.
position.
We're going to be doing Sarth 3D next, and then Malagos, and then if we have time, we'll go into Naxxramas. Which we should. Those other two aren't very long. Nax isn't that long anymore either with over-level characters. Alright, so what you want to do when you get here is talk to Zaphod Boombox, and he gives you... you don't have to. There's no need to. I'm just showing him off. Why, you're just the demon hunter I was looking for. I'm testing a new rocket-powered flying force, and I need your help. Just take one of these harnesses and put it on under your armor. Hit the button on the side and boom! Off you go. Don't go trying to steal my work, though. Each of these babies is fitted with Transporter 8000 linked to one of them in my hand. If you get too far from me, the transporter will shut down the main rocket, and you'll be unable to lift until you return. Now, why did I put those liability forms? Yeah, I'm sure safety is your top priority. Give me a rocket pack.
Be good.
Alright, so then you'd get it in your inventory, and a lot of people didn't realize this when the game first came, or when this raid first came out, but you actually gotta equip it. It goes in your shirt slot. Anyway, and this fight was unique when it came out, because they hadn't done anything quite like it.
I
But it was all
am
super easy.
Sarthang, brother of Broxidar.
I have heard tale of my boy being here, that he is now a powerful Death Knight in the service of the Lich King. If this is true, then it must be me that ends the bloodline. My charge is now to command Orgrim's hammer to the top of Icecrown Citadel and destroy all Scourge that get in our way. We leave when your allies are ready. My companions are all accounted for, Sarthang. Let's go. One of them's even over there in your cannon shooting them already.
Daughters of the Horde. Today we battle a hated enemy of the Horde. Loktar Ogar. Gorkron, take us out!
So the objective here was to shoot the cannons into the enemy gunship, and you're going to see it here in a few moments. But after a time, ads would appear on your ship, and they'd freeze your cannons. So people had to jump across and kill the mage that had been freezing your cannons, and make sure that the enemies that appear on your ship don't overwhelm you. So the cannon people want to get as close to 100 as possible. See, there's the frozen cannons. There's the portal.
My ship, your death will come swiftly.
Now you could attack the leaders on each of the gunships if you want, like if you're alliance, you attack.
Business soon. Gorkron, annihilate them.
You could attack High Lord Sarthang if you're alliance, but there's no point because chances are you won't kill him. Well, you might now, but back in the day, you couldn't do enough damage to kill him. Hey, Sab. But back in the day, you couldn't kill them, so there was no point in attacking them, and they hit too hard to really bother messing with. So,
Loot.
oh yeah, I didn't even pick up the loot last time I did this.
Neither do I.
Ikferus' Sack of Wonder. Every rogue's dream back then. Alright. So this next fight is different, or the dialogue leading up is different depending on if you are Alliance or Horde. Brave soldiers of the Horde, I salute you. We would have surely been destroyed by the Alliance gunship had it not been for you and your allies. Take a moment to rest before we begin our assault upon the upper reaches of the Citadel. Listen to that music. We are ready to go, High Overlord. The Lich King must fall. Are you sure, Miro? We must face the Scourge at full strength if we're to succeed. If you do not require more rest, we will begin. Loktar, we are ready. Onward, Brother Orc.
Move out. Champions, watch your backs. The Scourge will be incoming.
Father, join me and we will crush this world in the name of the Scourge. For the glory of the Lich King.
My boy died at the Wrathgate. I am here only to collect his body.
Stubborn and old. What chance do you have? I am stronger and more powerful than you ever were.
We named him Dranosh. It means Heart of Draenor in Orcish. I would not let the warlocks take him. My boy would be safe, hidden away by the elders of Garadar. I made a promise to his mother before she died, that I would cross the dark portal alone. Whether I lived or died, my son would be safe, untainted. Today, I fulfill that promise.
Pathetic old orc. Come then, heroes. Come and face the might of the Scourge.
So, like I said, that dialogue is different for Alliance and Horde, because if you're Alliance, it's not father and son talking, so they don't have that bit of history between them. Deathbringer Seraphine that we're fighting is actually the orc that was killed at the Rat King with Bolvar Fordring.
I am released.
Yeah, it's a lot shorter for Alliance.
Yeah.
I'm like a meme. I forgot to check. I should give you any Vanquishers things. I get.
I don't think it won't matter for me.
Well, sucks to suck.
You will have a proper ceremony in Nagrand, next to the pyres of your mother and ancestors.
Kind of odd seeing an orc cry. There's an interesting scene here with Jaina and Varian afterwards, but I don't think there's anything else here. That may just be it. Alright, well, let's go ahead.
Honor young heroes, no matter how dire the battle. Never forsake it.
So that fire that we're running through, it's not for show. It would kill you back in the day when you run through it.
I can do that.
Nowadays, it won't even break my barrier. I can do that. Damn orc. Alright, we're gonna be going down to this swing here.
By the light, the transporter worked.
I can feel the Lich King reaching out, watching us.
Congratulations.
Alright. So this is the Plague Quarter. This is usually the wing that most people did first. That's the wing I always did first anyway, so I assume everybody else was the same. Although eventually there were points when we did do the next wing we're gonna do first, which is the Blood Wing. But in the Plague Wing, there's some pretty cool bosses that were pretty fun. You wanna go left or right first this time, Wintree?
Let's go right.
Alright. Leave Stinky alone then. You got these plague scientists here. They used to turn you into blobs and you couldn't do anything but move around. It would have been better if I could just rename the sprite and then add in a Dragon Quest line, but here's Precious. She's got a ribbon on.
What? Precious? No!
Sure.
Rotface is not happy about this.
One of these is voiced by the voice actor from Korea.
I'm gonna guess it's probably Vestergaard. But yeah, McCree, you said, does one of the voice lines here?
Matt Mercer.
You're logging in, boyos? Alright, let me know and I will send you an invite, Zoe.
I'm not a boyo.
So this guy would toss out ooze and such that you'd have to kill, and put ooze on the ground that you'd have to avoid. Oh, and he'd throw up in a direction, and you had to avoid that direction. And then after you're done, you have to hit this gas valve. Most people didn't do that. So more often than not, you'd get finished, and you'd have to run back because you'd have to hit the switch. Which is what happened to us last week when we ran this after the stream. Because we were trying to get Invincible. Which, we'll talk about Invincible later. Here's Stinky. He's basically the same as Precious, except he does like a constant AoE damage burst.
No! You kill Stinky!
Healing.
You bang!
Yeah. And the tanks do.
Interesting. Yeah, it's silly.
Alright, we're gonna actually keep going until Sully gets here. So, Icecrown has these traps on the ground that really slow you down when you walk through them. And then they summon all these geists. Now, it'd be better if it summoned ghouls, but you take what you can get, I suppose.
Yeah.
Alright, here's Festergut. He was a bit annoying. He fills the room with gas. And you gotta get these spores to survive it.
Fun time!
And he farts at people.
Terrible news, everyone. Rotface is dead. But great news, everyone. He left behind plenty of ooze for me to use. What? I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Astounding!
So he would throw, put ooze on the ground, as you see right there. As you can see, Countryside also throws ooze into the arena, and most people wouldn't dodge that and just die to it. And he just dropped 2 Nurub stock records for me, you fucker. That would have been such a piss off back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Sully.
Especially since that was hunter gear.
Let's jump over into my raid channel.
Oh, you mean your stream
Stream
channel?
channel, yeah.
I'll get the nozzle.
Hello.
No.
Yeah. I mean, it's less than ICC, I think, the other one. But like in Kata, you can get like 4 of the same item on 25 man, like consistently, pretty consistently.
I remember that. That was pretty bad.
It was frustrating because I was trying to like get a specific piece of like offset priest gear, and it took me like 4 weeks to get it.
Yeah. Alright,
It's
so
like weird on my mage.
this room here was never too dangerous, but it has a little gimmick where you step in and like all these bugs spawn. The bugs don't actually have any like bearing on what's going on, but you got this debuff that drains 5% of your health every 1 second. Now, because of my shield and Windshake shield, it's not going to do any damage at all. In fact, it may not just work anymore, because I don't even see it damaging our shields.
It's probably so little that it doesn't show up. You're probably at threshold.
Doing like 2 damage.
Yeah, it's supposed to do 5% every second, but so all you'd have to do is heal through it. But people just killed the bugs, so it was fun. There's no real reason to. Anyway, this boss here, I don't know if you, he was the one that was talking when we pulled Rotface. He is a reference to, well, if you watch Futurama, Professor Farnsworth. And you'll see that again as we pull him. He has a variety of mechanics I don't want to go through. The worst of them is a plague that you have to pass through other players.
It was
Good news, everyone. I think I've perfected a plan that will destroy all life on Azeroth.
Alright, so this is what he does. He'll summon 2 oozes.
2 oozes,
the green one will
room.
root
So
to people.
many delightful possibilities.
And it'll root that person in place. And they'll run over and blow knock them back. The orange one, I don't remember what it does.
What did it do? This is on.
Explosion.
Yeah. So.
Bad news, everyone. I'm going to make it.
So if you don't stop him from casting his concoction there, when he gets to phase 3, he turns into like a giant. Hey, cats. a giant muscle-bound version of himself, a grotesque monster, I guess is the best way to put it. Yeah, he turns into that and just kind of fucks up the raid by running around hitting them and filling the room with ooze, and it's kind of like a soft enrage. You can't if he fills up the whole room with ooze and you don't have him dead by then, he's probably gonna kill you.
Mira, you gotta see this pet.
Oh yeah.
Do you want me to not kill things fast?
Correct.
Depending on the boss. Oh, it's a little pet. Oh, it's adorable.
This isn't where I meant to go.
It's a little rat face.
Mira wants all the RP to go on before we attack.
Going to the Bloodwing.
Yeah, right into Bloodwing.
Yeah. And also,
if you
wait
want
for
the
us.
Vanquisher tokens, you can have them. I can't make use of them.
Yeah.
Well, it's all personal loot, so.
Oh, that's true.
Is it?
Yeah, you can trade stuff.
Interesting.
But yeah.
Alright, there's Silly. He's on his rogue, quietly. He's quietly a rogue, or yeah, Blood Elf, of course.
Yeah. That's why I picked quietly, because she's a Blood Elf.
Alright. Now, when you go in here, you can grab this orb. I grab it. Oh, Winter. It makes you super powerful. It increases your damage by 100%. Spells have no cost and are instant. Melee and range attacks increase by 100%. Alright. So there's Blood Queen Lanethal right there.
Foolish mortals. You thought us defeated so easily. The Sand Lane are the Lich King's immortal soldiers. Now, you shall face their might combined. Rise up, brothers, and destroy our enemies!
So if you look behind each one of them, you can see a portal.
Naxanar was merely a setback. With the power of the orb, Valanar will have his vengeance!
Behind Prince Keleseth on the left is Utgard Keep. Behind Valanar in the center, you can see the Necropolis where you kill him in Borean Tundra. And Prince Tal'Darim has a portal behind him to Ankhet. Now these guys we've killed throughout the story. You guys may not remember them because it was so long ago. But each one we did kill. Now this fight, you had to have a tank specifically fighting Keleseth because he would create these shadow orbs, like that one right there, the Dark Nucleus. And you could only damage whoever had the blood orb on them. This is marked by this red orb around. And for some reason, when we did this back when I started raiding with my first guild, I was the only person who wanted to fight or tank the shadow guy, and people couldn't understand why I wanted to do that role.
To, but they were like, no.
Yeah, Wintrigue was a priest, and they were like, no. Actually, that's probably the same character she's on right now, the same Intrigue.
Yes. I did it.
Yep, she did it. Alright, so when this lady here dies, this is Blood Queen Lanethal. She's one of the cooler bosses. She's like a vampire. It's a hard enrage, basically. She'll bite one of your people, and that person has to bite another person before their timer runs out, or else they'll mind control.
Unwise decision.
And the tanks get a blood mirror on them, which transfers all damage between one to the other. So.
Know my hunger.
And when she got bit.
Oh, I
We're
did.
all getting along. So,
If you look back that way, you can watch that chandelier go down. The chandelier dropped. Hey, P! Well, that was a lot easier than I thought. Guess the level difference. Yeah, P, the level difference is really good, but I'm glad you're here, because I wanted you to see this raid. This is probably... I flip-flop between this and Throne of Thunder as my favorite raids.
You gave me a floater, but not you.
Yeah,
I tried to do both, but I'm slow.
and I'm a demon hunter. I don't need it.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing about demon hunters is I can control my float and create it whenever I want it.
I could also grapple to the ground.
I figured you probably had something.
Even dying
but...
here beats spending another day collecting
Mearo.
reagents for that madman Finkelstein.
So the RP you're hearing right now
Our champions have arrived.
is through the
Push our way through the hall.
Argent Dawn people and the Ebon Blade.
You may have once fought beside me, Croc, but now you are nothing more than a traitor. Come, your second death approaches.
I love this part actually. It's interesting.
All of these are NPCs that you would have run into back in Eastern Kingdom.
Reinforcements will arrive shortly. We must
Except for
bring her
Croc,
down
probably.
quickly.
Alright,
Foolish Croc.
let's not
You
kill her yet.
brought
Let's
my
kill these two first.
reinforcements with you. Arise, Argent champions, and serve the Lich King in death.
This strength. All of the pain is gone.
So,
You must join me in the eternal embrace of death.
this guy here that she rezzed, it's different every time, actually. Different members can die.
Return our brothers to the graves.
Like last time when Trigger and I did
Bring
this,
her down.
Arnath was the one that died.
I'll show
Is he
the
the one who's
master
like
which of
the-
us is truly worthy of the
One
title
who
of
controls me?
champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because you meet like some of them in Howling Ford and some of them in the other one too.
Yeah. So you meet them in Eastern Kingdoms for the first time with the Argent Dawn,
Must press on.
and then you'll meet them again in
Silver
here.
Loktar champions.
So
The
this
loss of our
fight,
comrades was unpreventable. They lived and died in the service of the Argent Crusade.
The destruction of the Green Dragon. Leave only bones and sinew for the reanimation.
so this fight was particularly interesting.
Heroes, lend me your aid. Press on! Grant me the favor to lay you bound. Just rest.
Lie ahead, and do try to remain in one piece.
Just you.
Anyway, what was interesting about that fight was it was a fight that was dependent on the healers in a way that hadn't existed before then. In that healers had to keep the group alive from waves that spawned through these 4 doors.
I didn't attack things fast enough, I guess.
And healers had to go into this portal and do something in there. They could fly though, it was pretty cool. But the outside they had to heal Verlithria.
They get a
No path
flying
to
buff or a healing buff for flying around and gathering these green orbs on the inside.
Yes, Wintrig would know better than I did, because I've never actually gone in there.
Really?
Really.
I've done it a few times. And by a few, I mean
They
many
wouldn't let me go
times.
in at least, really.
What? Oh, I guess I played Druid then.
Your little dude just puked.
Yeah, he did.
That's adorable.
Nah.
So this room is just like a wave of ads kind of room. You just kill these dudes and...
Yeah. Gotta let me get combo points.
I can't do that. Alright, door's open. No, it's not. So let's keep
No,
it
it takes like at least one more wave. It's really annoying.
It was weird, because when Wintrig and I came through, it was pretty much already open.
We were here fighting them for a while before we realized it was open.
Yeah, it opened up super quick. So yeah, it's just, there it is.
There
Okay,
it
go.
is.
So you kill the waves and then you get out of here because the spiders keep spawning and because they're weird. Alright, don't run down there yet. I don't know when the RP here starts.
After you kill the... Not these ads, but the ones after.
I'll go left. Alright, so, Spinestalker. He is a Frostbrood. We're gonna pull him first.
More importantly, I'm gonna pick up this 27 silver.
Yeah.
So they look at my pet.
I saw it in the
No,
stream.
she's got a new bed.
Look at your buffs.
Oh,
And that was Rhinefang. You guys remember
Forever.
Rhinefang?
You have come to this place. The icy winds of Northrend will consume your souls.
So that dragon we just killed was the one that the Scourge Lord was riding on in Pit of Saran. And this is the dragon that killed all of the slaves who tried to rise up against the Lich King in the Pit of Saran. She's also the dragon that gets rezzed in the opening cinematic for Wrath of the Lich King.
Suffer, mortals, as your pathetic magic feel my master's limitless power and disdain.
Alright, so she's not too tough anymore, but she used to be super hard. She had like this cold wave that would emanate off her and make you take stacking damage.
Oh yes, that's melee DPS. I remember that. It was the worst for like rogues and feral druids. I hated that.
yeah, that's right.
Well, the good thing was is that as a druid, my hit chance is like 2%, so I didn't hit all the time.
That one was pretty big. Yeah, she's the queen of the Frost Dread Bird. Basically, Peter Majesty, way back in the day, this will be touched on in the next expansion, Deathwing caused some shit, and he basically annihilated almost all of the Blue Dragonflight at the time. And Sindragosa was Malagos's consort. And what happened was, she was one of the first to be killed, and when she got hit with the thing that Deathwing does, she got launched all the way from, what would be now the, name is the islands? The Broken Isles, all the way up to the top of Northrend, where the Lich King then found her bones later on and revived her as Sindragosa.
We're all using the same hair color. Miro, use Beach Ball.
I have to find it. Hang on.
You don't have it favorited? What's wrong?
Not on this character.
It's on. You favorite across all your characters.
No, it's not on this character.
I got this item. Someone gave it to me in my guild. It's pretty sweet, actually.
What? Oh, now you're not Beach Ball.
I know. I'm gonna turn it off. Actually, it's actually a pretty cool like setup.
Oh, mine's better.
It lasts
guys.
for
You can
60
see my
minutes
tattoos.
versus death, though.
All right.
I think you have to talk to Forgery.
You do, but I'm just showing off here. Look up here.
I'll talk to Forgery.
Wait.
Not yet.
You see the Lich
Forgery's
King.
like 3 times my height.
You can jump on the Lich King. Jump on the frozen throne. And if you look up there, you can see Boulevard Four Dragon just hanging out up there. Literally hanging out.
For this day, hero, are you and your allies prepared to bring the Lich King to justice? We charge on your prayer. Those battle late at dawn.
All right, here we go. This was the coolest fight I'd ever done in the game up until, well, actually a bunch of the game.
So, the light
Pretty much ever.
justice has finally arrived. Shall I lay down Frostborn and throw myself at your mercy, Fordring?
We'll grant you a swift death, Arthas. More than can be said for the thousands you've tortured and slain.
You'll learn of that firsthand. When my work is complete, you will beg for mercy, and I will deny you. Your anguished cries will be testament to my unbridled power.
So be it. Champions, attack!
Silly, watch out.
Keep you alive.
Why?
Shadow Trap in 12 seconds.
Yeah, I know what they look like, Miro. I've played this game before.
Come
Tell
on,
you.
Blade Flip.
5.
World remade in my
Shadow Trap now. Okay, never
Cool.
mind.
Okay, so we want to get out of the center.
Eh.
We don't want to flip them too fast.
Oh, you want to see the mechanics, right?
I don't want to particularly see the mechanics, but I do want to show people them. Okay, so we want to kill these spheres. Wintrig should be in charge of that because she's got the greatest range of us. So basically during
I
this
have a
phase, you want to go
Well, you're
off.
still
I forgot
in
that
the
you're.
well, literally the pain.
So basically, you want to come out
It's
here
me.
to the outer part, and he'll just summon spirits of the people that you're in the raid group, and these frost orbs. If a frost orb hits you, it launches you so really fucking far off the
You die.
off the platform, and you can't live from it. Now, as a demon hunter, I can live from it because I'm better than it, but
Wait, let me get hit by it. Hang on.
No.
It worked.
Oh.
yeah. So Silly used his grappling hook,
Sweet.
but yeah.
Back in the day, there weren't really a lot of options.
Yeah, we didn't have that. You could probably do it as a hunter too if you were fast, but that's about
Oh
it.
yeah, hunters.
All right. So he just knocked down a part of the platform, as you can see.
Tell you what though,
All right. He's doing it again.
not per shadow trap, you couldn't probably.
So the first time anybody killed this guy, they had a cheat where if they dropped a Serenade bomb right on the edge, it would bring this platform up, which eliminates a huge amount of the challenge from the second part of the raid, second phase. Because for the second phase, he drops something called Defile, and that every time it does damage to someone, it gets
What's
bigger.
that?
And then
Valkyr.
he also summons Valkyrs, and the Valkyrs would grab someone and drag them to the edge and drop them off. And if and since this platform here doesn't exist, they'd fall down. But when it does exist,
It's you.
you just get dropped onto the platform because they're programmed to drop you off at about here. It's pretty excellent. The Lich King, however, in Phase 3 has he still uses Defile, right? I'm pretty sure. But on top of that, he then starts summoning Raging Spirits, and you gotta kill those.
As the world around you collapses.
And anyway, he phase changes at 10%, and he'll also draw people into Frostmourne.
We're going in, all of us. Wait, will this reset it?
No.
I think so.
Okay, good.
You have come to bring
This is
Arthas
his
to
daddy.
justice.
Yep.
To see the Lich King destroyed.
Back in the day, you'd all run as a group.
Oh my god, these things would like kill you. Yeah.
First, you must escape Frostmourne's hold.
Oh, right, he pulls everyone in, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Trapped within
Okay.
this cursed
I couldn't
void
remember.
for all
At least on
eternity.
25 heroic.
No, definitely on 10 men too.
So what you'd have to do is you'd have to kill these spirits while running around in a circle because these orbs falling would just follow you around and constantly explode. And if you didn't move as a group, you were somebody was gonna die, guaranteed.
Pretty much. They might die anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so you want to get him to 10%, and then he dies. Don't kill him.
Defile.
Oh, there's Defile. Yeah, see, watch. Defile gets
Let me
bigger.
stand in it.
No questions remain unanswered.
Okay. So he just used an attack called Fury of Frostmourne.
Azeroth's greatest champions. You overcame every challenge I laid before you. My mightiest servants have fallen before your relentless onslaught. Your unbridled fury.
Okay, that's a big enough defile.
Basically, he kills you. You can't live through it back then.
That drives you.
It's still honking at me.
It's because it's big enough that it's hitting us. You have to get. It has a much bigger graphic.
Alright, it disappears after.
Okay, guys, have it.
The greatest fighting force this world has ever known. Right into my hands. Exactly as I intended. You shall be rewarded for your unwitting sacrifice.
So basically, he kills you with Fury of Frostmourne. You normally wouldn't be able to live through it, but we're so high level, it doesn't matter.
Watch now as
We
I
have too much
raise them
health.
from the dead to become masters of the Scourge. They will shroud this world in chaos and destruction. Azeroth's fall will come at their hands, and you will be the first to die.
And then he tries to raise you, which is what's going on here. My Miro's headbanging.
Oh yeah, headbang. Oh yeah.
Light, grant me one final blessing.
Yep, yesterday.
Give me the
Lovely.
strength to shatter these bonds. will be consumed by your hatred.
Father, is it over?
At long last. No king rules forever, my son.
I see. Only darkness before me.
Without its master's command, the restless scourge will become an even greater threat to this world. Control must be maintained. There must always be a Lich King.
The weight of such a burden. It must be mine, for there is no other.
Tyrion! You hold a grim destiny in your hands, brother. But it is not your own.
Volva! By all that is holy.
The dragon's flame sealed my fate. The world of the living can no longer comfort me. Place the crown upon my head, Tyrion. Forevermore, I will be the jailer of the damned.
No, old friend. I cannot.
Do it, Tyrion! You and these brave heroes have your own destinies to fulfill. This last act of service is mine. I must be forgotten, Tyrion. If the world is to live free from the tyranny of fear, they must never know what was done here today. Tell them only that the Lich King is dead, and that Bolvar Dragon died with him. Now go, leave this place, and never return.
Alright, so. Yes. We did not get Invincible. Well, the Wintry did get called the Frozen Blade, which is a pet, which I think I got that last week. What are you giving me? Oh, I don't know if I got that or not. Let me see.
You didn't. I did.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. I now know Wicked Soul pet. Thank you, Intrigue. Basically, guys, to be continued. No, Sab. No to be continued. As I said, this is my favorite character in the game. The Lich King is just really awesome. I really liked Arthas' character. I think his fall into evil was really well done. But Peter Magic T asks an interesting question. He says, how does it feel to basically have all your accomplishments be undermined in this raid at the end where you technically lost and then got saved by that asshole trapped in the ice the entire fight? It enrages me. because for various reasons. If you know the story of Tyrion Fordring, the man's like 85 years old, 90 years old, and I guess the light is this be-all, end-all thing because it can make this guy do things that younger people can't do. And they just god mode him. Like, he defeats the Lich King in one hit, and every encounter he fights the Lich King. It's annoying. But what bothers me most about this raid is that the people that should have been involved in this fight were not. Jaina had nothing to do with it. Jaina used to be Arthas's lover, and she just stands at the bottom in the middle of the temple with Varian and doesn't actually do anything. Sylvanas Windrunner had her soul ripped out by Arthas when he attacked the Sunwell. She doesn't get any closure to this either. Muradin's brother there. One of the Bronzebeards, I forget his name. It's slipping my mind. So, do you know his name?
What are we talking about? Muradin is the one who was with Arthas.
Yeah, okay. Muradin Bronzebeard. He also
when he
had a
found
history.
Frostmourne.
Yeah. He was almost killed, but he managed to live. But Arthas betrayed him because of the thing. I realized it was Ashbringer. But one's weapon should not make you so powerful that you can overcome everything. That's just bad writing. I get why they did it, I just don't agree with it. I don't like the character, I don't like that. So...
He shouldn't have been the one to have Ashbringer anyway. It should have just stayed corrupted.
But... in my opinion, I don't like Tyrion Fordring. He's a terribly written character, and they god mode him, and it pisses me off.
They should have just had Bolvar do it, maybe, like break free of his chains and like pick up the sword.
That would work. That would make me happy. Have Tyrion killed by like Arthur just impales him with an icicle through the shoulder, and then everybody comes up with this theory that he was dead for the whole game. Wait, no, that's Final Fantasy VIII.
What?
Anyway, so that's Icecrown Citadel, guys. One of my favorite raids, if not my favorite raid, and the Lich King was probably the coolest fight they've ever done.